Oh man, I love being here. Let me change the chat filter here to make sure I see all messages. There we go. I don't need the lapel mic right now, but something I wanted to try, but I'm not set up there yet, so I'm just not happy. Hey, what's up? Hey, yo, 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 my friends. Drippy Chicken Boys here. Heck yeah, still a moderator, still moderating. Heck yeah, man. Oh my gosh, how's everybody doing? Hey, what's up? Oh my gosh. Yeah, what's good? What's up? What's up? Just freaking. Hey, Ellie's here. Oh my gosh. Everybody's here. It's like the whole family. Oh man. Oh, it's so good to see you. I took yesterday off. I've been building Krieg like as much as I can. So I've been kind of busy doing stuff like holiday stuff. We shipped off a bunch of mail. We shipped off some like holiday boxes, stuff like that for the family because we can't see everybody this year. You know, flying is expensive. Not to mention it's a lot of time, and if you fly over the holidays, especially if you're going to multiple places, the chances of you. Oh yeah, Steak Boy said he might be able to join. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully he does. Fingers crossed. Yeah, but like traveling from like location to location during the winter or during the holidays, like you're bound to get stuck somewhere. So we usually like fly to one place and we stay there. You know what I mean? And then after the New Year's, that's when we go out and about, things like that. Drippy Chicken said, flying to Seattle and then to Canada tomorrow. Okay, gotcha, man. Gotcha. Oh, Magnus said just got my ski gear, dude. Oh, you're a skier. Okay, that's really cool. Me and my wife were actually in Shields today. It's like Cabela's Bass Pro Shop esque, but it's like a local place. It's really nice. But they had we went upstairs and they had all the ski gear and snowboards, and I was like, oh man, I was like oogling it. I was like, that'd be so cool. Me and the wife are talking about skiing or trying, so. Darth Bone says, "Can I have mod?" I'm sorry, you cannot. Drippy Chicken Boy is the mod, so he's already been knighted and everything. But I do appreciate you asking. Yeah, Magnus. Yep, he's in Canada. He's all the way up there. Magnus, do you have a Canadian accent? Did you get one up there? I know you're a Packers fan, so. Southern Ontario. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Oh, LED said I bought a ticket to Scotland. Oh, no way. That's awesome. Yeah, Drippy Chicken Boy is the moderator. He requested it. He's been a long time subscriber. I trust him. He's always on here, and he's just awesome. So, but I do appreciate you asking, man. So maybe we'd have like a backup moderator, but I doubt that'll ever be needed. So I try to do it around this time, like around this time. I'm not really um, usually streaming during the day. That's when I'm posting like short videos, or maybe I'm like interacting and doing some posts online, like on YouTube. You guys are seeing that more and more. I do want to get the Discord app on my phone. That way I can interact and like I want to post memes on there. I'm not gonna lie, so I might do like a whole channel of just memes, and I think that'd be awesome. Just to have our like little meme library. So, oh, let's see. Yeah, LED said I bought the ticket to Scotland. That's so cool. I've never been. I almost went one year. Um, so when I was in the reserves with the Marines, we worked with the British, and either they came here and we trained with them, or we went over to the UK and we trained there. And if you went there, it was a lot harder because their terrain is significantly tougher. So it's no joke training over there. You got to give the Brits some credit. Those guys are fucking hard men. They might not look like it, they might not talk like it, but you'd be surprised. But there was a chance for us to train with the Scottish, which was interesting. I didn't get to be on that boat. I had to go actually as an instructor to a schoolhouse elsewhere in Oregon. So unfortunately, I missed it. But I was an instructor of like, I want to say there were 60 to 70 Marines. So I was like a senior instructor there. Um, back when I was a sergeant. So it was like a leadership class I did. It was like 2 weeks long, 2 weeks and some change. But yeah, my buddies went to Scotland and they said it was tough. It was cool. They got to see the big castle there. They got to get around a little bit, but a lot of it was just slogging it in the mud, man. So it sounded like it was brutal. And just getting there alone, like they flew into London, right? And then they had to get on a bus, like a tiny ass fucking little putt bus. They crammed all the Marines in there. I think there were like 20 of them, 25. And then they had to bus all the motherfucking way, all the way up to Scotland. It took them like 22 hours on this bus, and they said it was absolutely miserable. No AC. No room. It was like, and then the driver was like just crazy on the turns because it's like the roads there are so much older and less developed than here in the US where we have highway systems. Over there, it's a little bit different. So, like going anywhere, even though the distance is like, oh, it's only 20 kilometers, right? Which is not very far if it was straight. But like for them, they have to like fucking go this way because all the terrain and everything. So it's very interesting to see how that side of things are. But that is really cool. I did not know you were half Scottish, LED. That's cool. I'm obviously part Irish, so I got a little bit of French in me as well. So yeah, Magnus said I live in the GTA. Drippy Chicken Boy says I'll be back. Give me 45 minutes. What? All right, man. You're probably gonna go eat dinner or something, so that's fine. LED says time for your favorite part of the night. Let me guess. You're gonna pour Monster and Sour Patch Kids into your eyeballs. Oh Lord. Let me get on the hobby light here. That's better. So it's a little yellow, but it's just the day bright. That's what I utilize. So if you didn't know this, day bright settings are actually good for your mood. So if you're indoors and it's cold and you don't get much sun, you can trick your mind a little bit and your eyes by having daylight lights on in your house if you didn't know that. So it's a specific setting, like specific, however the hell it works, like a certain frequency that it projects the power. It's magic, dude. Don't ask me. Magic and science. All right, so let me show you what I have built so far. So like I said, I've been building these guys up. Something I've been slowly working on while I have time. Like I'm a busy guy, I can't do everything. So I do what I can, but we got one Krieg with a las rifle. Super awesome. I didn't drill out his barrel yet because I need a very small drill to drill out the barrel, and I don't have one. So I have to like special order it or something. Oh God. What? Oh, thank you. Yep, Drippy Chicken. Go ahead and get him out of here, please, and thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Yeah, spam just what it does is thank you very much, Drippy Chicken. My man. That's why he's there. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I know, Magnus. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what. I think he's trying to like spam his YouTube channel or Instagram or something. Yeah. Drippy Chicken, good. Everyone will say, hey, thank you very much, Drippy Chicken. My man. Like, I know I get like the hits and everything with the comments, but the shitty thing is if he spams us in the comments, then no one else can talk. Because he's just control delete, just copy pasting it every 5 seconds. So, thank you very much, Drippy Chicken. He's trying to corrupt us with his brain rot. Warhammer commentators here. Oh my god, dude. Heck yeah, dude. My man. Our Lord and Savior Drippy Chicken. I know, right? He's freaking on it, dude. Oh man. I'm proud of him. He's growing up. He's awesome. So he is the man. Thank you very much, sir. And he gets it. He's like, oh, someone's coming in. Off with their head. He knows exactly what to do. Hey, what's up, user 3JKMVRTR 3 I don't even know how to say that. And then Drippy Chicken Boy says, my moderator senses are tingling. Ooh, but I got to have like 43 minutes to watch a movie before I go, but I will be back. Okay. Hey, roger that, Drippy Chicken. All good. All good. Yeah. Who else did I build? LED says, what song should I do? Chop Suey or VP? Oh, hey, what's up, Charlie Seal? Nice to meet you, bro. Hey, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, I do Warhammer. So I'm building these guys, as you can see. My little figurines. I'm going to prime them up tonight. So I just got to set up everything. Sorry, my throat's a little deep, but yep, hobby and kit building today. You got it. Thank you very much, Warhammer commentator. Yep, this is all 40K, bro. But we can talk about other hobbies too. So it's not just 40K. So if you have a hobby, anything that you like to do, we talk about that too. So like Magnus talked about doing skiing, which is awesome. That's a hobby I'd like to pick up. Like me and my wife talked about it not that long ago. Yes, and I do put Monster in my eyes. Yes. Oh my god. Freaking dead, Ellie. I got a guy with a flamer. It's a Flamerwürfen. So these guys are awesome. Absolutely loved it. I got another Krieger with a Voxcaster. So he's like a radio guy, right? And then, sorry about the light. Let me do this, maybe it'll help. There we go. It kind of washes it out. So that's good. But as you can see, this guy's got some binoculars, just really cool. Like, I liked it. Everything about his stance. Here's the, what I would call would be the, the squad leader, right? So the guy with the sword. Yep, Madeline likes to crochet. Absolutely. Yep. So that's her thing. That's my wife, by the way. So everyone say hi. Yeah, well, they're going to figure it out. Oh, okay. No, they're not. So she's in here too. LED said, what have you crocheted? Go ahead and type in there, Maddie. That's awesome. Wow. Yep. She's a very good crocheter. She's done a lot of it isn't here because she's done it for friends and family. So she's done baby blankets. She's done little like Beanie Baby type stuff. She's very talented. It takes, and she's gotten so much better at it too. Like when she first started, it's a lot. Here's another one. So just in the crouching position with the las rifle, just looking badass. Just a regular backpack with the bayonet on the back, which is an interesting place to put the bayonet. I don't know if I'd put my bayonet on my backpack. Like what we would do if we had a bayonet, I mean, you'd have it in a sheath, right? Because it'd be like a knife. But a lot of countries, what they do is they have the bayonet backwards and sheathed, or just keep it on there, I guess. But it kind of gets in the way of stuff. So if you like flip it, if you're able to, depending on your type of rifle, right? But like a bayonet just hanging loose right there. I don't know if you could, I mean, I guess you could grab it if you needed to and then like fix bayonets, but normally you'd want to have it somewhere pretty close because it can be used as a hand-to-hand weapon. So, but not everything's perfect in 40K. 40K is just crazy. Like here's one with a plasma rifle, which is just bonkers to me. It looks so big on him. You know what I'm saying? It looks so big. But it's a plasma rifle. And so if you didn't know, Maddie, can you hand me the book that's right there? That's the codex, please, and thank you. I know, dude. Yeah, they're shovels. Yes, I'm looking for shovels. So if anybody knows where to get mini shovels, I want to add that to their kit because every Krieg, every freaking Krieg soldier needs a freaking shovel. I do have a small shovel, but it's like sticking in the ground. But the shovel is their main weapon with happy gas mask noises. I was actually going to do a video with a shovel because it's hilarious. I just don't have one laying around. I used to have a cheap one, military one, but it broke years ago. Where's the shovel? Ah, here it is. Here we go. Coming up. So I have one backpack shovel, but I need more. Shovelly shovel, shovelly shovel. Yeah, in melee, yep. So here's a backpack shovel right here. Ba-boom. This probably goes on like a vehicle, right? But I'm looking for stuff like this. So if anybody knows or if anybody 3D prints them, I will buy them from you. And then here's one that's in the here's one that's like in the ground with a little skull next to it. So I bought this one too. I bought it off a guy who does that. And then here's like a pickaxe. So it's another part of the Krieg kit. And this is something I bought. It just came with the extra, with the shovel. So everybody now. I remember that song, Ellie. I remember that. Yep, that's VP for you. I'm not going to say it out loud, but... So this is a beautiful thing right here. This is the Codex for the Astra Militarum Krieg Edition, okay? This thing is absolutely gorgeous. If you look, I want this artwork, like, everywhere. But my wife would hate it. So, just absolutely beautiful in the traditional, you know, Krieg uniform that they have. So, as you can see, this is like a higher, like a Lord Marshal, if you will. This right here is a Commissar. So, it's Commissar, and then there's your just standard Kriegman right there. And he's with the 226th Regiment. So, they have regiments and everything like that. I mean, this thing is just absolutely gorgeous. It's got all the units in here. I kind of want to just talk about it for a second, because if you're doing army building, there is something that you need to know before you go to field your army, or else you're going to have problems, okay? And here's the issue. So, if you flip to a certain unit, as you can see here, here are your Krieg, your standard Death Korps of Krieg, right? Maddie, does this look backwards or upright? How does this look? It looks upright? Okay. Okay. So, the problem when you're building these, you got to know, is that you can only have so many different types of weapons on your individual models. So if you have units, and let's say here a unit composition, right? So a unit can be anything from, according to this, where's it at? Oh God. So a 10-man squad, right? So let's say you have 10 Krieg engineers. You have to understand that just because all of these weapons come in the kit, so if you, beneath the weapon stats, usually it says how many are in here, and I don't see it off the top of my head, but usually it's like, I don't see any of 5 to 10. I'm just seeing 10 to 20. So it looks like when you have Death Korps of Krieg, you can only have 10 to 20 units at a time. Now, when you're building these units, you want to make sure that you're adhering to the rules that are down here, because there are limitations. So just because in the kit you have melta rifles, you have plasma rifles, you have maybe like a heavy bolter, you might have like a something called a, what is it, the long las? Yep, the long las. It's basically a sniper rifle. If you didn't know, you're only supposed to have so many of those per 10 guys and per 20 guys. So if you fucking take your guys and you give every single one a plasma rifle, you cannot field that in a 40K legal game. Okay, so if you go to a tournament, even a local tournament, you might get caught for that, okay? Because that's technically cheating. You're not allowed to do that. It sucks, right? It sucks. So like las rifles compared to a melta gun, the melta gun is significantly stronger. You can do so much more damage with that. Then why don't you just give every Krieg a melta gun, right? You can't. Okay? You can't. So if you're building a 40K army, make sure you always check the codex and make sure that you're able to do that. Okay? So that's something that I just wanted to point out to everybody. If you didn't know, if you're building an army, just double check it against the codex to make sure that you can be codex compliant. Okay? So It's a little tricky, but for those of you who are looking to get into actually playing the game, that is something you need to understand, or else it's a non-starter. If you show up with an army and all your guys have heavy bolters, you know, like, yeah, in a perfect world, that'd be great. Everybody's running and gunning with heavy bolters, but unfortunately, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So Warhammer commentator said it right there. He said, of course, this is only a limitation if you're attempting to make a tournament legal army. That's correct. And not everybody's going to play by your rules. So just because you think you can do it doesn't mean you can go in there and just tell everybody, well, this is what I did, and oh well. All right. And then you could be really crazy and say, well, I proxy all of these and now they're las rifles. And not everybody's going to accept that. Your opponent that you're playing against has to be like, okay, that's fine. Like, you have to agree on that before you even start the game. Or if they don't feel comfortable, you can't really be playing each other, because then that's going to cause a lot of issues down the road. So if you're like attacking and you accidentally are like, this plasma rifle into your units, he's going to go, wait, how many plasma rifles do you have? And you're going to say, 4? Okay, which ones have the plasma rifle? The ones that are closest. Well, isn't that convenient? You know what I mean? So those of you who have ever played Warhammer, you kind of have an idea of what I'm talking about. Or if you don't, now you know a little bit more. Yep, Kung Fu Panda. Hey, welcome back, man. Oh my gosh, great to see ya. What's up, dude? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the codex away. Absolutely gorgeous, by the way. I love this thing. So, probably the best looking codex, bar none, out of all the codexes. So, at least for 10th. At least for 10th edition. So, all right. Put this to the side. Da-dum. I thought I dropped something. I'm just going to check on the floor. I thought I heard a bit hit the ground. I'm going to double check that I didn't drop any little bits before I step on them. Hey, James Tactics, what's up, dude? Is Forever Lurk 2 in here? Is Forever Lurk 2 in here? Is he lurking? I'm not seeing any bits down here, so I think I'm okay. All right. It's because I don't want to step on it and break anything, or God forbid it gets stuck in my foot like a little bayonet or something. That would actually be really funny. I got my rolly chair. I'm just going to push that to the side. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and, you know what? I might just clip the shovel out and just attach it to someone's backpack. So screw it. Magnus says we never know if he's in here. I know, right? He just pops in and out, forever lurk. He's somewhere. We just don't know where. Or when he joins either, you know? He's like, I've been here the whole time, actually, so. Who's number one? Let me see. Who's number one? So, Warhammer Commentator's number 2. Who joined first? I want to say it was Drippy Chicken. Oh, maybe not. It might have been Magnus. No, Magnus. Wait, Magnus, did you not subscribe to the channel? And Tanjiro Commando, you are number 1, sir. At least for now. Sometimes it changes, but. And LED. LED, are you subscribed to the channel? All right, let me go ahead and I'm going to clean up this shovel, and I'm going to attach it to one of these Krieger's backs. So, Magnus said, no, I did on the first stream. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's what I figured. I don't know why the little crown isn't showing up. That's weird. Because it says top fans, and I don't know why. Yeah, and James Tactics is also subbed, so I don't know why. Huh. Some people get the crown. I don't know why. Maybe because they join right away? I'm not too sure. Oh, LED says her stepdad is here. Okay. Wait, so you have a dad and a stepdad? Oh, only shows up for your top 3. Oh, thank you, Warhammer Commentator. Okay. I did not know that. Oh, sorry, everybody else. Jeez. Well. Ah! Damn it. I go dropping bits again. Where'd it go? Oh, here's the other bit. Where'd the other bit go? I think that's it. Okay. Give myself anxiety. Yeah, James Tex is number 3. That's correct. Interesting. Okay, so I got a lot of plastic dudes all over. I'm gonna get this little. I always keep like a little dry paper towel around, or I can like wet it real quick if I need to wipe off a surface. So okay, so I got a bunch of Krieg made. These guys will be getting primed today, so I'm gonna show you how I prime them. Just like the process of like setting up to prime, what you need. And then, of course, you've probably seen me do it, but I'll show you the technique and everything like that. Magnus Mag said the standard infantryman on the Guard Codex is actually a Krieg combat engineer. Yeah, they did fumble with the engineers, and I'll never forget. Yeah, Magnus is upset about that. So he told me about how they're not as lore accurate as they should be. So I wish I knew all of the lore of the Krieg, but I don't. So I know the main lore about it, like how their world came to be, of course, with the nuclear Armageddon, and then all the ones that survived it lived underground. Everything else outside is just inhospitable radioactive wasteland. But there's talks that they clone them, and all of their cities are basically subterranean. So they have hives that go underground, which is so badass, by the way. That's why they're so good at like subterranean warfare, for example. So like they would do really good at clearing out Necromunda, if you know what I mean. So, which is probably one of the largest hive cities in the entire galaxy, next to Terra itself, right? So, what else we got here? And then LED says, "Mother keeps whipping my ass because I used your credit card to buy the fucking battle pass." Oh God, LED, how dare you use your money instead of you should just buy drugs with it instead, and just be like, "Look, Mom, you said I can't buy a battle pass. Now I'll just go buy fucking marijuana." Oh God. Magnus said, "I just sent my Krieg Commissar Cadet in the Discord. Do you have any tips on how I can improve my painting?" Let me take a look. Let's take a look. Do. We can do this live. Okay. Just a minute. Get our little handy dandy laptop up, which I have the Discord open. It says idle, but I'm here. So, hobby showcasing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, commentator. Hey, thank you for that note. I just saw this from yesterday. Mentioning about my. If you look over your shorts, I realized why they get the views they do. If you add hashtags to the title, searchability and views go up in a massive amount, hundreds to thousands. Oh, dude, I did not. Thank you for that, sir. Once again, yeah. So thank you for that. Yeah, I will. I think I can go in and edit all of them, and maybe I'll add those hashtags in there because I'm trying to. I've been lucky to get like 1,000 views, maybe 600 views per shorts. But he gets a lot more views per short, so I'm trying to get up to there. And then Magnus, my man, posted up his commissar. Oh my God, dude. Oh, that's badass, man. All right, so let's have a look over here. Let me turn that off. And sorry about the glare in the background. That's just the lights, but yeah, he did a really good job here. So I love the green. Big fan. I like also the choice of like the like how do you say canvas, or like that World War I canvas look for the beauties. And you did a really good job on his cuirassier here. So awesome job there, sir. I do see he has a las pistol along with a power sword. And of course, he has his commissarial hat. So the pointy hat man, as they call them. This is outstanding. So let me take a look here and see what I would recommend. Okay. So number one, oh, he has a fucking power saber. That's even cooler. Okay, no, you did a really good job. Here's the back of it. Really well done, dude. Only thing I would recommend is, of course, to paint the base. I think painting the base would look good. I don't know if you plan on doing that, or if you're just gonna keep it like a moon, like a moon gray. I see all your other models in the background there too. Nicely done, dude. Oh, and then for the power sword. So if you're able to, if you're looking to enhance it one more way, everything else looks fantastic. You could also drill the barrel of the las pistol. Not the easiest to do, but again, what you got to do is just grab a really thin thumbtack and you just find the middle of the las pistol and you just push it right where the center is, and that's where you can use for drilling. So, and then you're going to want to hand drill it very carefully. So for that power sword, that power saber that commissar has, what I could recommend, and I'll show you my Chaos Aspiring Champion. So what you want to get good at is lightning bolts, right? Actually, let me just turn that off. That does not help. But as you can see, if I could focus it right, come on, baby. But you see how it kind of has like a blue hue to it? Almost looks like it's kind of shiny, like it's crackling. So I would recommend looking up on how to do that, because that'll make it look really. It gives it the generative feel that it would have in the lore. Because a power saber, or any power weapon, is able to basically like cut through, and it like goes through shields, it goes through armor. It's like a very different type of. It's a ancient technology that isn't totally understood and not as easy to replicate. Um, for a lot of weapons, but obviously this is a chaos guy. But as you can see, I have like lightning bolts on there. Gosh, I wish I could show this off better, but it's kind of hard to do. So, but yeah, if you could look up on how to do that, that would help. Warhammer commentator said you could use a hobby knife to drill. You can. If you're really shaky though, it's kind of tough to do, especially a really small barrel. So be careful with that. You can though, here we go. So Warhammer commentator says you can do lightning bolts with chunky gray lines, thinner and lighter gray blue lines, some even thinner, very light blue lines, and finally some small dashes of white. Yep. So that's how he does it. For me, I use like Dark Reaper, and I use Runefang steel, so it makes the blade look a lot more shiny. So like a Runefang steel, rather than just lead belcher. So I don't really use lead belcher. It's a good base coat, but I go over that with like Runefang steel, so it makes it look like it's kind of glittering a little bit. And then for the lightning bolts, or like the white, I just kind of use a very thin brush. And for me, I use like Fenrisian gray. So that's what I've used. And it looks good in person on this camera because it doesn't really focus properly. It's kind of hard to see it. I'm still trying to figure all that out, but that can give you a good idea of how to elevate that. And then just make sure you varnish over it, all that good stuff. So awesome. No, good job on that Krieg, dude. That's badass. What kit was that a part of, by the way? Because I want that. That's freaking sick. I really like him with the Cuirassier. That goes so hard, dude. Yeah, he's freaking badass, dude. I love me a Commissar. Oh, is it part of the command squad? Okay. I do have that somewhere. I think it's hidden. But okay. But you did a good job. I really like the green that you use, that olive drab. Like that's freaking. I would use that if I didn't do. I'm going for a desert look with my guys, but if I didn't do that, I would use something similar to that, like that green, that olive gray, um, olive drab, if you will. It looks really good. So. James Tactics says, okay, Ellie, one of them hit me and fight me, and he's older than me. What? How dare they? Wait, what? James Tactics, what are you talking about, dude? What am I missing here? Oh my gosh, I'm missing a lot here. I apologize. Don't say yes to drugs. Kids say yes to drugs. No. Steak would be having a blast right now. Oh my god, Steak Boy. James Tactics says, I'm going to watch SS Sniper Wolf in a bit. I know that song about the Battle Pass song. Oh, I didn't know about that. I remember SS Sniper Wolf. Yep. Yep. I don't know if she's as popular as she used to be. I don't know if she still games or anything, but I mean, she's got a huge channel. So massive respect for her, even though I know she gets a lot of shit. Um, Understandably why. She just copies and pastes other people's stuff and she can just get away with it. So there is a lot of controversy behind that creator, but I mean, hey, good for her, man. What is she, like 26, 27 years old, and she's a multi-millionaire? Like, she's living the dream, man. She can do whatever she wants, dude. um James Tactics says, Ellie, people are being mean to me. And then Warhammer Commentator said, definitely seems like highlights are the main thing missing. And then Warhammer Commentator said, how are people mean, James? And then Ellie said, why were they mean to you? Um, and then James Tactics says, they make me want to knock them to next week. Oh, who's them? What are you talking about? Yeah, LED's like, James, answer me when I talk to you. And then Magnus says, got it, WC. I'll try that next time. So WC is Warhammer Commentator. So just a little acronym there. And then Warhammer Commentator said, I believe I showed an example of this in my Assault Intercessor video of the Thunderhammer. Yeah, the Thunderhammer is a part of, so he probably talks about it in there. I'm sure I watched it, but yeah, if you want to put a reference, dude, you can put that in the Discord. So if you want to send your videos into the Discord or post it in here for other people to watch it, like make sure you sub to him because he does know, if he knows a lot about painting. So um okay. So Magnus said, I just used Militarum Green contrast for the coat. No way, that's it? You just used the contrast? Shit. Did you use a contrast medium to thicken it up, I'm guessing, and just kind of, is that how you did that? Pretty sure I saw the video. I'll go watch it again. Okay, yeah, so Magnus is going to check it out. Yep. And yep, WC does have tips. Yep. Absolutely. WC, did you make one for how to get that awesome freaking plasma glow effect that you did on your dreadnought? Because I want to watch that. I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know how to do that, but I want to learn how to do that. It's such a cool effect. That glow is just beautiful. I really am impressed by that, man. It's hard to capture that, and you got a great picture of it too to showcase it. So it's in the Discord. If people did want to check it out, it is in the Discord. So, ooh, WC says, I've got a couple tips that I need to make full videos for some point. Yeah, dude, full videos are it could be a whole, you could make it into a molehill, if you know what I mean. A molehill into a freaking mountain. So I'm still practicing on what I want to do for longer form videos. So anything that's like longer than 2 minutes, right? So anything that's like a minute is like a short, you could do a short in 30 seconds and make it effective. Yeah. Magnus says just straight out of the pot. No shit. Okay. Okay, so that's how you do it with the Militarum Green. Okay, I'm gonna write that down because I don't have that color. I know, shocker. I don't have that contrast paint. So I want that. So, okay. Exit out of this. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just on Discord, people. Just looking stuff over. Okay. That Militarum, let me get that. I'm going to put it in my notes. Because that's a really good paint to use, and I think it's really helpful. Because I like to write things down. Here it is, gaming. So I have a whole folder in my computer, because I'm a nerd. And here's gaming supplies, hobby supplies. Sweet. Yeah, I did notice that Warhammer commentator. I haven't made one yet. I'll do that in the future. And you can't go live yet, can you? Either WC, because usually you have to have like 100 subs to do it. Which he's really close, by the way. So if you're not subbed to him, please help him out. So. Oh, and NMM is non-metallic metal. Okay, interesting. Okay. Thank you for telling me. I'm not familiar with that. Non-metallic metal. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that acronym. Thank you. Magnus says, oh yeah, makes sense now. It's a hard technique, but it really helps to improve painting skills quickly. Okay, good to go. James Tactic says, can I watch SS Sniper Wolf now? I mean, if you want to, dude, it's your choice, you know? No one is stopping you. Yeah, you don't need to ask for permission. Yeah. And then Ellie says, I am dying inside and all I see are demons. I try to hide hide all my deepest feelings. I think that's something wrong with me because all I see is death. Every time I go outside, I look like I've been doing meth. Eminem, I'm guessing. Eminem lyrics. Magnus said, I found that only sometimes the Militarum green is either grim dark out of the pot. So this helps depressing war. Okay. No, I did not know that, man. Thank you. Okay. Militarum green. Yeah, no, I love the grim darkness. So if you can get it straight out of the pot, you don't even have to mix it up or anything. Like that's a good green. I really like that. It's very military. It's like old school military green, and I like that. It reminds me of like World War I, World War II, almost. Um, and then Warhammer commentator said, "Ellie, why are you fantasizing about torching your eyes?" And then LED said, "Bye, James." James Tactics says, but I'm talking to you, bro. Yeah, so you're on here right now. You're the one messaging me. Is that you, James Tactics? Oh, okay. Something else. And then commentators on here. So Magnus just posted even more stuff. So different side by sides with the contrast Militarum green. Yeah, that looks so good. And then I'm guessing, do you use like what do you use for shading? What do you use for shading on that to get that that pooling effect? You're using Nuln Oil, or are you using like Agrax Earthshade, or I use Reichland Flesh Shade is what I use, so I use that a lot. I don't use Nuln Oil. I'm kind of like, sometimes it can kind of ruin your minis, but if you did it on this one, it looks really good. And the Cuirassier that you did with the highlighting as well, you did a fantastic job. And I can tell that you took your time with the brushes to get every rivet. I noticed that because I do the same thing, but I notice it. It looks really good, dude. And if you wanted to be super anal, like you could you could paint the buttons on the Krieg. If you wanted to do his great coat, you could paint the buttons. I think it looks fine. You know what I mean? But like your detail is definitely there. It looks really good, man. So I would be proud of myself, as I'm sure you are. So great job with that. Okay. Yeah, that's literally what WC said. He said, "Are you using like some sort of a shade on it or what?" And he said both of them were just out of the pot. Just one of them I may not have shaken up as much. Yeah, so probably the lighter color is probably how you got the lighter color of green. But if you shake it up real good, that's how you'll get that wash effect. That really does a good job with shading. So James Tactics says, "I'm not leaving. I need to I need to subscribe, please." Subscribe to who, bro? What you talking about with this? Oh, LED said that was Pink Guy Help. Yeah, that's a sad song. My Sour Patch Kids are here. Yay. Ellie, don't die on us. Hey, Sirloin Steak is here. Hey guys, I'll watch a little later. I just popped in to say hi. I'll be on by. LED says spell my name right. Oh my god, Steak Boy. WC says, okay, see you later, Sirloin. And then Magnus said I used Agrax Earthshade on the metallics and debating on using Nuln Oil or something else for the coat and everything else. I would use the Nuln just because I'm curious on the one that's lighter. Don't do it on the one that's already painted. That Commissar is good to go. But like the Krieger that's next to him, does he have a plasma? Hmm. No, it's not a plasma. So anyway, yeah. Steak Ellie. And she said no. It's Ellie with the E. And then Jane's Tactics is purposely misspelling her name. Bro is just trolling. That's so funny. Oh, Drippy Chicken, welcome back, man. That's okay. Welcome back, sir. You didn't miss anything. Well, I mean, you missed some stuff, but I'm not saying like no one came in here and messed with the channel. So you did a good job stopping that one guy coming in here and spamming. And then WC said, interesting choice for Agrax on metallics. Yeah, I agree. And Nuln Oil on the rest. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would do too. Yeah. And then WC says usually it's the opposite. Yeah, it can be. It absolutely can be. WC says, hey, what's up? What's up, DC? Drippy Chicken. Um, Ellie said it's Ellie and the fucking E at the end. Drippy Chicken's like, damn. LED says F you. Magnus says I'll try the Nuln Oil soon and show it on the Discord. Yeah. I'm just curious what it looks like if you just use the contrast by itself shaken up versus if you don't shake it up and you just put the Nuln, you know, just to experiment. It's one Krieger, like I experiment with my guys. So like this one I use Dark Reaper to highlight, if you will, but I didn't really edge highlight as much because I didn't think he needed it. Like he pops out as is, you know what I mean? I almost kind of like it too. And I did a pretty good job on the plasma glow, I think. So I'm pretty happy with that. And I even drilled it and I put a plasma glow effect on the inside of the barrel. Just cherry on top, man. I love it. So, and then, oh, okay. Magnus said the shotgun. Yeah, it's the standard weapon of the combat engineers. Absolutely. That street sweeper. Okay, so that's what that weapon is. Yeah, couldn't see from that angle, but that makes sense. Yeah, I saw the barrel was a little bit bigger, so I'm like I said plasma, but I was like, no, it's probably like a shotgun or something. The grenade launcher is really cool too, and it does a pretty good job on the tabletop. It's just only an attack one, but like that thing can fuck people up with that little, especially if it's a crack grenade launcher. So I'm definitely gonna have one of my Krieg with that because that thing fucks shit up. So, just saying. That thing's pretty badass. I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy back on his metal. I got him magnetized on the bottom, so I'm just gonna put him back so he's out of the way. I don't want to drop him or anything. Yeah, there we go. Close that up. my little display case I got. Okay. Magnus, I will be in your walls while you sleep tonight. Oh my god. Magnus is like, okay, whatever. See you soon, I guess. Like, whatever. Magnus said, I'll throw Sour Patch Kids and monsters in the walls so you can go on a scavenger hunt. She says, yes. Oh my god. WC says, you spelled it wrong, James. It's L-L-I-E. Oh my god, you guys. Oh, Ellie. Ellie's gonna have a freaking aneurysm. I love the chaos, alright? I fucking love it. I love the chaos. Also, I've decided to name my hobby corner. I'm just gonna call it either the corner of chaos or the chaotic corner. I'm not too sure, but it is. There's a bunch of shit going on over here that, yeah, I have to like step over. It's when I was dropping things all over the place. I try to be organized, but it's kind of hard. Sweet. Speaking of Monster, I'm gonna have a little sip of one. I'll be right back. What are you doing, Maddie? Oh, she's just studying. All right, Ellie, I'm gonna go ahead and just pour this in my eyeballs. Fuck, I love these things. Hey, shout out if you love Monster. I do. Cheers. Also, if you don't want to drink the whole thing, these are awesome. You get them off Amazon. They're like these little rubber caps. And they just keep it so it stays carbonated a little bit longer so it doesn't go flat. And I just keep it in the fridge. And then whenever I'm ready, I just pull it off and... Highly recommended. All right. So, it's about that time for me to actually start doing hobby stuff because I've been talking the whole time. Magnus said root beer. Yeah, I love root beer, dude. That's my shit. That's my ish right there. I love root beer. I don't have any in the fridge though. I've been kind of lazy. I got Coke Zeros in there, so maybe I'll get a Coke Zero. I want my freaking root beer though. I should have done that, but I didn't. Because we have like 3 cases of root beer. I had to get it. It's the root beer Zero. Still tastes good, by the way. So I don't know if you're a stiffler on if it's zero or not, but I only drink zero. Only time I ever drink like sugar is like if I'm drinking with like a mixed drink and I have no choice. But never, ever, ever, and I'll tell you kids, if you ever drink whiskey or bourbon, never do it with diet. It's fucking gross. So, all right, bleach in my eyes now. Oh, bleach in the eyes now. Y'all are fucking killing me, dude. Hi, Maddie. She looks... It's a Coke Zero. Do you want one? Oh, she wants one too. Here, just take this one. Here, I just opened it. Ugh. Let me get my own. Alright. Where was I? Okay. LED says I don't have bleach. Probably because her parents took them out of the house because she would try it. They're like, our girl will definitely pour bleach in her eyeballs, so let's just get that out of the house. So that's probably a good thing, Ellie. Alright. Continuing on. So, this Krieger is ready to go. I just got to go ahead and glue them together. Let me just get this thing situated. And just, alright. Yeah. There we go. A little bit better. So now you can kind of see my hands right here. I can still see your comments, just not as much. But, alright. So I'll put these little Krieg to the side. All these guys are all built up. I just got to glue this guy together. So I just use Tamiya, which is just the hobby thin cement. So, and then I put sprue in here to thicken it up a little bit. And then if I want to fill gaps, I can also use like plastic glue. I'll use like sprue that's like dusted up, or even sprue chunks. I've done that where I'm trying to like fill things. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the backpack on first. So all of these have already been mostly cleaned with the mold lines, and then they've also been washed in just plain old water. I do that just to get all the little dust that's on them off, because when I'm using my hobby knife with the scraping, there's just like little plastic dust that gets everywhere. So alright, this is probably the first thing I put on just because it's an easy anchor point to hold it. So just go ahead and snap it on. Just hold that. Next, I usually do the legs, so I'll probably just like dry fit this, make sure this fits good. It looks like he's like some sort of running position, so that's a good dry fit. Go ahead and just get that ready. I move pretty quick when I'm doing this. I don't do it all at once because then everything's going to dry out. So whenever I do any gluing, it's one piece at a time. And I'm sure most of you can understand why. Freaking wind is blowing crazy out there. It must be a cold front coming in. Alright, so let me just go ahead and make sure there's decent amount of glue on here. Alright, get our little fit. And go. And I squeeze it just to make sure it's a really tight fit. And I'll just like hold it. While I'm holding it, I'm just checking around it, making sure there's no gaps or anything. And I'm just going to hold it like this for a couple seconds. So Warhammer commentator says gasoline in the eyeballs. Oh, Grippy Chicken says, oh, lighter fluid tastes good. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. James Tactics says, I can't find someone's channel. Whose channel is that? What the F? What? Sake 12 says, maybe? My Wi-Fi is tweaking out. Oh no, Magnus, you too? Okay. Is it because of the wind, probably? I'm going to kind of do it like this a little bit better, so I can kind of read. Oh, that's Ellie's channel? What the fuck? That's her channel? Ellie, what the F and F? That is a crazy name. I mean, it suits, so... It suits. Not a bad thing. Again, I love the chaos, so... Yes, Magnus is gone. What? Ellie's like, huh? Alright, so that glue is pretty good set. Now let me go ahead and do the leg. So this is his left leg. I do the dry fit. So before you ever glue these together, I strongly recommend just doing a dry fit because you want to see how it fits, make sure there's no gaps. And he's like doing this weird walking, running type thing. Some of these poses I don't really agree with, but whatever. It's a GW thing, what can I say? So just a little bit, you don't need to drown it, but just get it wet. And then let me just check the leg here. I'm just going to go ahead and do it inside the greatcoat. And then I usually just kind of get all along this. So if there's an attachment point to the greatcoat, it'll just sit right on in there. Oh, let me, oh, that was way too much. Ah, I hate it when that happens. No. Fucking fuck. It's the problem with these extra thin cements. Sometimes they're a little too thin. There we go. Just kind of soaked it up, and now I'm just going to put this to the side, fucking somewhere. There. Yeah, that's going to happen. Okay. Go ahead and put the leg on. Nice and easy. Come on, girl. Come on. And there we go. And I'm just going to hold it. You guys are just great. WC says just a door. I punched holes in my wall. Oh my god. Magnus is freaking he's cocking his freaking Krieger engineer fucking shotgun right now. He's like, come on, bro. Bring it. What do they call it? Man, my lips are chapped as fuck. I apologize. Yikes. Drippy Chicken Boy says, no, look harder. James Tactics says 1, 2, 3, 7, 1 million to the numbers 1 to 3. What are you talking about? Magnus says, yeah, have fun looking for me. Yeah, he's probably in the middle of fucking nowhere, dude. Yep. WC says, now a window is there. Uh-oh. A window? What's happening? Dun, dun, dun. This is like something out of a creepypasta. Also, if you like creepypastas, you and me are friends. Because I love creepypastas. So. Even if they're dumb, I don't care. I love them. I like people that just make them, and I enjoy it. I listen to them when I sleep sometimes. It's like a way that I go to sleep is listening to scary shit. Or I'll listen to Warhammer stuff. I know. So, WC, do you ever have like Warhammer content on when you sleep, dude? Like stories? I have like the lore librarian. That's what I subscribe to. I listen to that channel. Even if it is AI, I just knock out immediately. Yeah. WC says sometimes. Okay, that's fine, man. I always have to have something on or I can't sleep. I mean, sometimes I could just pass out with nothing needed. But BS guys. Oh my god. James Tactus says another song I made. What are you talking about, bro? Are you a DJ or something? WC said, I love listening to Warhammer Horror Shorts. Oh, same, dude. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Like Fox in the Void, man. Oh, when that channel first started, game changer. Absolute game changer. I've actually typed up some stories, so I didn't use AI. I typed it up myself. I want to do something like that. So I have a short story. I called it "My Father is a Servitor." So it's a short story that I made. I have yet to wrap it up, but like it's called. I have it like probably 50% typed out, but I want to do that like a voiceover, kind of like that style. So, but that's the name of it. The story is called "My Father is a Servitor." So it's pretty crazy. It's a crazy story, and it's grimdark as fuck. But it's like from the perspective of a little child, and like his dad got servitorized, but he still recognizes it as his father, even though his father just like walks around. He'll be like, "Hey, Dad, how's it going?" And his dad just walks right past him, like doesn't care, but he still works around him and he like tries to learn from him. So he's like, "Oh, Dad, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Task number 57278573, acknowledge." And he's like, 2575787 acknowledged, like shit like that. So a story similar to that. But it's like really it's like a weird sense of touching. If you like a touching story, but like weird and creepy at the same time. So, and it's gonna take place on a ship in the middle of fucking Nowheresville, and this kid and his father are in the dredges, like the lowest levels of some giant battle fleet gothic fucking ship. And he just like does the drudgery of like cleaning out sludge in the pipes. So like the little kid's gonna crawl in there and like be cleaning out the sludge pipes. Then he'll like see his dad. He's like, "Father, father, I love you." And the robot's just like 5727871 acknowledged. But he just follows. He like jumps on the servitor and like plays with his dad and shit. Like super fucked up. And then more happens in the story, but it's pretty cool concept. So if you like the sound of that, let me know. I will make that happen. It's something I want to do. I want to do it this year, but I'm not going to get around to it. So, but maybe next year it'll be on my list of things to do. Kung Fu Panda said, "Sorry, I had to do something. I'm back." Okay. James Tactics says, "I'm not a DJ, but bye, guys." So James Tactics is leaving again. Oh my gosh. WC said, "Oh, have you read the pig one?" The pig one? Which one is the pig one? Tell me. Which one's that? Yeah. Basically anything Warhammer, I'm probably gonna like it, unless if the lore is off, like significantly off. Then I'm like, you know, I don't know if I can. Like if it's AI slop and you can just tell like it's AI, I don't listen to it. Kung Fu Panda, you're so funny, dude. On the 4th of July, can you watch fireworks on your live stream? I mean, yeah, you can. King of Pigs, it's incredible. Ooh. No, I'll write that one down too. Let me write that down, dude. You know, I'll put a little channel, like a text channel maybe, and or something like that. Maybe we can do, I'll add one and I'll make it called other 40K videos and okay. So I created another channel called 40K Short Stories. Shorts and stories. So yeah. Okay, it's an official one. Ooh, King of Pigs. I'm gonna write that in here. Sick. Who's messaging me? Magnet for you? What is that? Okay. There it is. Sick. Oh, one of his first models. Magnus sent me one of his first models just now. Want me to show that one off or no? That's freaking sick, dude. Those are your first models? Damn. Okay. Nicely done, sir. That looks like a lieutenant if I ever saw one. That's a Primaris lieutenant, isn't it? WC says actually incredible. Okay, now I'm gonna look that up. Thank you. Oh, Wes. Yeah, Wes Hammer. I like Wes Hammer. Yeah. I remember when he first came on the scene, I was like, who's this guy? I like his style because he started in like TikTok shorts. That's kind of how he started. Um, and he just blew up, man. He did such a good job. All right, so I got the legs glued on. Oop. Got the legs glued on. Looking okay. I'll have to fix a little bit up with the gluing. So if there's like little bubbles or anything like that in your sprue, so you can't see it, but right here there's some bubbles. What I do is I just take some glue and just go over it. Oh, it's a sergeant. Okay, okay. Thank you, Magnus. I know the red. I knew the red helmet signifies like a more senior um, space marine. So, but yeah, that's a sergeant. Okay. So I know there's like the red head, like, and then if they have like the crest and shit, you know. Yeah, I'll show this one off. So this is one of his Space Marines that he made. Let me just turn off that hobby light so you get a really good look at it. As you can see, he did the basing with a Tyranid right there. Very well done, sir. That's a good brother right there. Sick. Okay. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, one of my first minis, I already showed that off, but it was a it was a like an orc, you know. It was like a Gretchen basically is what it was. I made a Gretchen. Drippy Chicken says I gotta go travel tomorrow. Okay, that's fine, buddy. All right, thank you for stopping by. Thanks for helping out, man. We appreciate it as always. You take care. Cool. Shirley Steak 12 says, Chicken Boy, I ate one of your kind tonight. You had chicken? Always good. All right, I'm gonna do his head next. So, Krieger helmet with the little gas mask on it. After this, I'm gonna get these guys ready. and I'm gonna prime, and that's the last thing I'm doing for the night. And I'm gonna be tired after that because priming. This should be pretty quick to prime. I only need a little bit, so it should be relatively fast. It never really is, right? But I'll show you how I prime, and then I might just call it a night after that. So go ahead and I already know it's good on the dry fit, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just stick it on and just hold it. WC says, see you later. And then Sirloin Steak says, I don't like any seafood. It's silly. Really, Sirloin? I'm surprised. Yeah, I like fish too. Maybe when he gets older, he'll like sushi. Well, Americanized sushi. You might not like Japanese style sushi. You might not like that. Oh, I love shrimp. Yep, shrimp is good. I like salmon. Sometimes I like tuna. Not always. Sometimes I like tuna. So, and if you ever have a blackened mahi mahi, amazing. If it's done well, so fucking good. So fucking good. So, mahi mahi is basically tuna, but it's like a certain way that they make it and everything like that. And they blacken it. So, it's a certain way that they cook it and everything. It's very good. Damn, I like seafood more than land food. That is so interesting, WC. Yeah, sushi is great. Yeah, dude. I love sushi too. Magnus said parents took me out for a sushi dinner on my birthday last month. Oh, that's good. I love sushi, man. That's always a good place to go for birthdays. You know, or like if I have friends that visit and shit, I'm like, hey, you guys like sushi? They're like, yeah. I'm like, I know a place. Because I do my due diligence when I move. So I haven't found one here yet, but we did find a Korean barbecue place here. We're trying to look for better ones, but I like Korean barbecue too. And a good Japanese steakhouse. I'll absolutely gotta love that too. And then WC says I'm not a big fan of steak. Oh, really? I love steak, but I don't eat it all the time. I don't. It's bad for your heart too, but I love the taste of it, of course. Magnus asks me, what's your favorite Korean food? Bulgogi. We love bulgogi, of course, if it's done right. And I like a really good hot pot. So if they do a really good job, it's similar to like ramen. So those of you who've ever done ramen, like that's Japanese style, I love a good ramen. Oh, bibimbap. Yep, I love bibimbap. Yep. Ooh, my favorite is dulcet bibimbap. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, like Bibebop, I think. Yep. WC says I love my Korean fried chicken. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. WC says bulgogi is incredible. Yes, it is. Yes, sir. I went to Korea, so I got the pleasure of doing some training there, and I trained with the Korean Marines. And when we first got there, the joke, or I guess the joke that everybody told, like we believed that bulgogi was dog because they do eat dog over there, like that's a thing. So like the thing is like, oh, did you have bulgogi yet? They're like, oh yeah, I had it. I'm like, did you know that's dog? And everyone would go woof 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 woof. But yeah. Magnus says I'm not a heretic, I swear. Oh my god. Corn for 2 years. You were there for 2 years, eh? Wait. Hold up. When my parents were in Korea, they ate bibimbap every day. Damn, dude. Fuck yeah. I love that stuff. I love bibimbap. That's good stuff, dude. I wouldn't eat it every day, but I could see how you could. Actually, we have friends from Korea, and they were talking about how they like eat stuff every day. It's like the daily thing that they eat. So like kimchi is like a daily thing, right? It's like everything. Oh, Sirloin Steak says I got a terrible joke on the Bad Friends. Oh, go ahead and share it, dude. Tell me what it is. WC says, I believe you mostly. But the Inquisition will keep an eye on you, though. I'm not familiar with Bad Friends podcast. I have not. I watch like Kill Tony and shit, so those guys are pretty funny. And there's a lot of controversy with them, but they do have some pretty funny stuff. Yeah. Now Korea was nice, man. When I went there, man, the food was so fucking good. And I had bulgogi, and I was like, oh my gosh, we had to go in like different little places, and there was like a traditional restaurant. We had to take your shoes off, and we got to like sit on the ground, kind of like Japanese, but it was Korean. And we got to like cook it in the middle and everything. It was so good, man. Oh, I remember one of my buddies, he's from Illinois. I don't know him outside of the military at the time, but I'm from Illinois too. And I remember when we first got to Korea and we had like a little time off and we can go into the city and it's like, oh, where do you guys want to eat? And we're like taught like we've never been to Korea, right? So we're like, oh, where do you guys want to eat? And friggin' Boyles, his name's Boyles, Boyles, is like, I hear there's a TGI Fridays in that big mall. We should go there. And I was like, TGI Fridays, that's the lamest thing ever, dude. We can get that at home. And he's like, yeah, but I just really want a burger. And I was like, okay, let's go, dude. And it was actually kind of interesting because we went to the TGI Fridays. It was like Korean style. So we went in there, they had like baseball jerseys and like sports memorabilia and like rock and roll, and all of it was Korean instead. And I was like, well, this is kind of cool, So it was kind of interesting. And some of their menu items were actually different. But we all did get cheeseburgers and they were pretty good. But like, you can get that anywhere. But yeah. Oh my God. Sirloin Steak 12 says this is what dogs say in America: bark, bark. And in China, they say help, help, help. That's funny. That's a good one. Thank you for sharing. Oh my God, dude. I'm fucking dead, bro. Here's one. I'm sure Magnus knows this one. Do you guys know how they name Chinese kids? Like, how do parents name their kids in China? Can anyone tell me? They go to the stairs and they just take a bunch of silverware and throw it down the stairs, and whatever sounds it makes, that's how they name their kids. So it's like ting tong ching pong tang. There you go. Oh God. Stupid. We have fun here. WC says, oh. Yep. Stupid. It's all in jest. Oh, Lord of mercy. The first thing they see in their room. You should see what they said about the Asian Confederate. What the hell? What's a freaking Asian Confederate? What is that one? Do I even want to know? I don't know. I'm curious. What's that joke? If you can call it a joke. I don't know. We don't get too bad on here, WC, but oh, okay. You have to talk about it. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, no worries then, bro. No worries. Why can't this glue on here? Stupid arm. Okay. No, you're good, man. That's ominous. Yeah. What does that even mean? Yeah. Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh, I see how his arm's supposed to be. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a. Let me check the manual here, how it's supposed to look. Okay, so it's kind of down. I see. Okay, so it's kind of like that. Okay. So it's like he's at like a a low ready, if you will. Sirloin Steak says, like an accent. Okay. Magnus says, Papa Nurgle loves you. This will get buried. Yes. Papa Nurgle might love you, but I hate him. He makes me sick and I don't like it. That bastard gets me all the time. He got me sick like, gosh, it was like last week. Oh, that was the worst. Fuck that, man. Oh, never again. Me and my wife were both just miserable. We could barely even get out of bed. We wasted hours just staying in bed because we couldn't even fucking leave. It was we'd run to the bathroom every 5 seconds, so. Magnus says, what replies? What? What are you talking about? Hilarious. Okay, so getting the Krieger arm on here. And then another thing you want to know, when you're gluing, so you want to let the glue cure. So you don't want to paint over it immediately. So like this guy that I'm gluing together, I'm not going to prime him now because you have to let the glue cure. I do have a UV light I could use, and like that helps speed up the process. But normally you want to give it a couple hours. So some places even say like an overnight thing. So like 12 hours to let the glue cure, and that is correct. I would strongly recommend that. And then Sirloin Steak says, I had chicken tonight and it was so good. And he says, oh guys, has anyone heard of Fortnite? Nope, never heard of Fortnite before. I've heard of 6-7. Now I know what Fortnite is. Why, what's up? What about Fortnite? You got a Fortnite joke? I've never played it, but I've seen it, so it's definitely a Zoomer thing, but Sirloin Steak 12 says it's gonna be a Gooner game very soon. A Gooner game? What do you mean by that, dude? What's a Gooner? What the hell is that? What's a goon? I'm not familiar with that. I'm sorry. I'm a little old, so forgive me if I don't know all the terms. What's a Gooner game? What is that? What the hell's a Gooner? There we go. He's just holding his las rifle. I'm just gonna hold it. Oh. A pro village. Oh. Oh. I see. Is an old adage, and it's called sex sells. And that means if you want to make money, sometimes all you gotta do is sell some sexy stuff, and you'd be surprised how many people pay for it. So I get it. No way. Oh no! Where's Ellie? Where's Ellie? Like, what the fuck? Oh no. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. I see. I get it now. Thank you for sharing that with us, Sirloin Steak. She's just in a black box. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm a heterosexual male, so I understand it, but no. I get it. I get it, man. I get it. Yeah, WC. Sirloin Steak's a little young, so he's yeah. Oh, Mental Flower, what's up, dude? Oh my gosh. Yes, let's go with some jokes, dude. What was the last thing to go through Princess Diana's mind? The steering wheel. Oh my god. Mental Flower. I thought it'd be the glass, yeah. I'm fucking dead, dude. I'm so dead. That's so funny. Alright, so let me just finish gluing this little Krieger up. Sewing Steak 12 says, I never thought it happened to Fortnite, but here we are. The thing is, dude, Fortnite's trying to stay relevant. That's the truth of it, dude. That means they're getting desperate. But you know what? If they're still making money, that means they're still relevant. If people are still playing that game, which I don't know how popular it's still, I'm assuming it's still a very popular game, but. And then Warhammer Commentator says, how is the term meaning 2 weeks being affected? I missed something. Holy shit. Throwing Steak 12 says, and a version of the skin is called nude. It's like a freaking skin color. Oh my. Oh, I see. I'm not going to say anything more about that. So, all right, we get it, Sirloin Steak 12. All right, dude. I'm not saying we're all men here for the most part. I don't even know, is Ellie still on here? Is she still on here? I don't know if she'd be on here, we'd know. But this is we're like all guys, so we get it. Yes. Women are good, we get it, yes. Bob's and Vagine, very good. I get it, dude. Calm the hormones down. Alright. Get some glue going. Looks good. I'm going to let this guy sit to the side. And then now I'm going to turn to priming. So this guy's going to go to the side. I'm going to let him dry and cure overnight. He's not getting primed tonight. So if you're doing your minis, some people probably do it, like they glue it and then they prime over it immediately. I don't like to work that way. Just because you're inviting impurities to get inside the seal and it doesn't dry appropriately. So you want to let it cure. I'm just going to put this guy to the side over here somewhere. Set him somewhere where he can dry up pretty good and he's not going to get ruined by anything. Okay. I'm just going to put him on his back like a little turtle. So none of his guns or anything will like get messed up with. So now we're going to turn to doing some priming. So let me get set up here. Just a moment. Okay, dokie. This, I'm going to go ahead and screw that really tight. And I'm just going to put the glue to the side. That way I don't spill it over. Okay. And then a part of my equipment is I do have a spray shelter. So this packs up really nicely. And then when I'm ready, I just pull it out of here. So this is just a way to control the spray to make sure it doesn't get everywhere. Just kind of open it up. This thing's big. But it's not like too big, you know what I mean? So you can work in it very well. Let me get a iPhone. Well, actually, I could technically hold it right here and you guys could watch me spray and I can engage with you that way. So, and then let's see what we got here. Papa Nurgle loves you, yeah. All right. Sterling Steak says, Convo, restart. Magna said she left. Oh, I wonder why she left. That's not like her. Well, this will not get buried, not a chance. Oh boy. Magna said clipped. Not even a little. And then Mental Flowers says, what does a fat girl and a brick wall have in common? At some point in their life, they will be laid by a Mexican. Torta Pounder comes to mind. If you know, you know. Oh, God. I'm sending this to the Inquisition. But I'm a salamander. Oh, my gosh. Battle Brothers can fall to chaos, too. I'm one of the most loyal. You can't take me. I'm a Salem. Yeah, buddy, you're tainted with chaos. Magnus said you're cooked. No, I'm innocent, I swear. The Emperor protects. Stolen Steak 12 says, I asked for a $60 phone for Christmas. I'll see how it turns out. What? A $60 phone? What fucking year is it? That was Maddie. Corpse Emperor loves all of humanity. A very chaotic thing to say. I love it. Yeah, we're all having fun. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we are. Sterling Stick 12 says, I feel like I'm less Warhammer than y'all, but y'all laughing about literally anything, make anything else, but it's fun here. Well, thank you, man. Yeah, look up the lore, dude. The lore is cool. It's a bit... It's a lot, but like everyone starts somewhere. Yeah, the lore is really cool. It's really dark. It's kind of grim. I mean, this is supposed to be a Warhammer channel, but it's a hobby channel too. So like, but like Warhammer is definitely the focus because that's like my hobby of choice. I have other hobbies. Don't get me wrong, but like again, I can't really post like me shooting guns because that doesn't really vibe well on YouTube. So, especially if you're like a new channel and you're trying to start up or a newer channel, it's really hard to have that. So, I just decided to go with Warhammer because I love it. I really do. It's just cool. I love everything about it. All right, so this is just putty. I'm just mixing it up with my hands. It's hobby putty. You can get this pretty much anywhere at any hobby store. I get this just from Hobby Lobby. You can get like they're like come in little sticks like butter, little tiny sticks. And what you do is you just kind of work it with your hands like I've been doing just to kind of bring it back into its activation. And what I do is I roll these itty bitty little balls, itty bitty little things, and I start putting them on the feet of my Krieg. And then what I do is I have a piece of wood, so just a wood block. As you can see, I've spray painted it. You can see the little feet marks on here. I just take my little Krieger and just boop, stick them on there just like that. Right? So just make sure it's a good seal. Press it down with your fingers, but there's one right there. Let me do the next one. Oh my gosh. Sterling Steak 12 says, I gotta watch a vid all about the children of Emperor. Oh my god, are you talking about the Emperor's children? Sterling Steak, I feel like you would definitely be an Emperor's Children player. Just the interaction that we're if you're talking about Kim Kardashian on fucking Fortnite and how it's like OMG, you're probably an Emperor's Children player. It makes sense. By the way, I do like Emperor's Children, so I think they're fucking cool. They're crazy. They're absolutely bonkers. But Fulgrim, that novel, holy shit, that is a crazy book. That is an absolutely bonkers book. It's so good though. It really is. The downfall of Fulgrim is something to behold. It really is. It doesn't go into him. I don't know if I can't remember if it goes into him becoming a demon prince, but I mean, just the transformation of all of the Emperor's children in basically like one night at the Maraviglia is like the craziest spectacle written almost ever. Like that is peak fucking 40K grim dark, absolutely bonkers warp fueled fucking nightmare fuel. You know what I mean? That is absolutely just fucking. If you want to read some, if you want to listen to something, just listen about the Maraviglia. It's probably one of the craziest things, not the craziest, but it's one of the craziest things that's ever happened in the setting. So here's my third guy, as you can see, bing bong on here. And this, I put it on a stick because while I'm airbrushing, I turn the stick to get it at different angles. You know what I'm saying? So rather than having to like maneuver your airbrush as much, I keep my airbrush in just about the same spot, which is upright, and I move the characters around the airbrush at the same time. So you try to get that good coverage. And then WC says, honestly, have you seen the Lamenters? Their story is really sad. I have. And then WC says, wait, Children of the Emperor or Emperor's Children? That's a good clarifying question. Magnus says they are not good people. Oh, the fucking the Lamenters, because they're a part of the Cursed Founding, so they think they're good. But yeah. All right, put my last Krieger on here. So again, all you need is just a little bit of putty. You don't want to, like, if you use too much putty, in my opinion, it kind of like it'll make it'll take up too much, and when you go to spray paint, it won't stick right. So yeah, and then if you want to use like a little hobby knife or a hobby tool to kind of like press down to make sure you're getting all the little, so it's like a little silicone tipped one, just to make sure I get it around the feet, just to make sure like nothing's in the way of the spray when I do to spray paint it, or else you're gonna have like weird patterns. So we can always touch it up with a brush later on. But this is what I do. I usually space them out this much. So if I spray it, it won't like get too much on the other guy, because this is my main subject. Or sometimes I just spray straight across. You know what I mean? So this is one. And then I have 3 more Krieg I got to put on the other one. Where did I put the other one? Here it is. It was under the little tent thing. Here it is. So here's another one. I have a couple of these. I made these. I used to have a miter saw, and I would just chop these in half. These are actually used for like when I go to the shooting range for targets and stuff, but I repurpose them into little airbrush figure holders, if you will. So, all right, we got 3 more Krieg to do. Again, just a little bit. You only need a little bit. I just kind of roll it up. It should be about the size of their feet. So you don't want it too big, right? Just a little bit. You'd be surprised how far this stuff goes. And if it looks like they're running or walking, I usually just put it on one foot. But I can also put it on the other foot too. But usually I just do one. And I kind of have it like this. So you see how it's kind of like sticking off of there, like a little, like he stepped in mud. Because then I use that to press down into the wood. Really good press there. Boom. There we go. See? So I could put it on his other foot. It's not really necessary. This will keep it on there pretty good. So, and these guys, I'm not painting them with the bases because I want to be able to flip them eventually and get under their great coat with the primer. So that's why I'm not doing it with the bases. There are people who do, and I'm not saying that's wrong. It's not wrong at all. You can do it however you want. This is just the way that I choose to do it. So if you don't paint in sub-assemblies, or if you don't believe in like not basing them or whatever, that's okay. But this is just my method. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Oh boy, Magnus is dropping some lore stuff in here. Let's go, bro. Okay, here's a little pickaxe. Let me get this out of the way. I don't want to drop this anywhere. I thought blueberries were the 13th. Are they? Wait, what? What am I missing here? Wait a second, we're missing some shit here. I'm not going to go too far back. We must crusade to end this heresy, my brother. Hey, look at you, sirloin steak. Magnus said his own battle brother betrayed him. Oh my gosh. WC says the whole chapter must be purged. Oh my god. The heresy is clearly taking deep root into the chapter. Battle brothers are spreading tales. Uh-oh. Purge the Minotaurs. Bring the Lamenters. They are great help. Yeah. WC says, indeed. Sewing Steak 12 says, oh, guys, a family friend of mine is named Harrison, so we made the Harrison Heresy. Oh, that's so funny. The Harrison Heresy. A whole chapter corrupted. And then Magnus said, so, like, what do you know about the 2nd and the 11th Primarchs? And then Sirloin Steaks 12 says, I don't know what number they are. Okay. Yeah, 11th is the blueberries, right? Or is that the 12th? Redacted. 13th. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the blueberries are the 13th. So. And then I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the second chapter, because the first chapter is, or the first legion is Dark Angels. Pretty sure. No, that was the first found chapter. The first is. I'd have to look at the picture. I know some of them. I don't know all of them, I will say. Because I think what is World Eaters is. I know 8th is Night Lords, for sure. And then Sirloin Steak 12 says, I know Horison. I know that's wrong. And John Smith or whatever. Oh, yes. John Warhammer is what you're talking about. John Smith, the Primarch of the Imperial Fist. Oh, yeah. Rogel Dorn, that's correct. Yep. Or do you mean Lionel Johnson, the first Primarch? Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So he's the first Primarch, you know. And then Magnus said, pretty sure. And then Sterling Steak says it's something like John Smith, and he's the most powerful. Yeah, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Yep, Conrad Kurz, the Night Lords. That's the 8th. That's the 8th Legion. I freaking love them. So they're not. I don't play as them, but I appreciate what they are because they're very grimdark. Yeah, look at that, right, Magnus? He's already taken his baby steps into it. Valerie Escobedo says, do you like Messi or Ronaldo? Well, I mean, this isn't a soccer channel or football channel. I'm sorry. And then Steak 12 says Cristiano Ronaldo. Sí. And then I said, I think Magnus, Johnson, or Russ are the strongest out of all the Primarchs. Ooh. Now, when you say the strongest, do you mean their Legion? Or do you mean as individual Primarchs? Like versus everybody else? Because Russ is definitely up there. Oh, individually? Yeah. Oh, happy birthday, Valerie Escobedo. Although Korax did get a power boost. Yes, he did. Yeah. Even though Corvus Corax is like, I hope they bring out him as like a warp tainted loyalist Primarch. That'd be insane if they did that as a reveal. Alright, so the putty's on here. I'm going to go ahead and start shifting into setting up for airbrush time. Here we go. Move this out of the way. Yeah, that's all Warhammer stuff. More boxes, get that out of the way. All right. Well, I could do it like this, but I usually just do it like this because it's more comfortable. Set up the tent. There we go, just like that. And then I have an entire cart. This is a hobby cart. So everything is pretty much on here that I need. My compressors at the bottom. I have my airbrushes right here. So this is the coveted Iwata Eclipse. Very good brush, the best one I have. And then this other one is just a cheapy Inocraft that came with the compressor when I bought it. This thing kind of sucks. It like kind of works, but I don't know. I've had nothing but issues with this thing. It's a freaking clog-o-matic, and it's so much heavier compared to this one. Not by too much, but it is a little bit different. So if you're gonna spend money and get a good airbrush, ask for this for Christmas or for your birthday. Make sure you have the compressor, but this is the Iwata Eclipse. I strongly recommend it. Is it expensive? Yes, it is, but you do get your money's worth. If you get a cheap one, man, you're just gonna be cussing up and down every 5 seconds because it keeps jamming. It just clogs like crazy no matter what you do. It just sucks. Not in a good way. All right. So, move this out of the way like that. I'm gonna get you guys set up on a little thing that you can sit next to me and you can watch me do this so I can interact with you at the same time. I'm gonna bring you down to my level. I'm gonna be down for most of this, so unplug the power cord. We're good and charged, so you're probably seeing me 5x5 here. Now you're in a different little configuration, so just make sure. Apologize for that. Can everybody see me and hear me okay? Not too muffled or anything? Okay. Okay. So as you can see, here's my little work area. I'm going to close up my laptop, so apologies if I'm not reading your Discord messages. Nothing you guys are doing wrong, it's just I can't see it. I get my little stupid stool. This thing's not the best, but hey, it works. Get the hobby cart set up. Kind of like that. Yeah, I should have pretty good reach with everything. Unplug the, make sure I have the power cord so I can access it. Yeah. Then I usually run this over here, so it's kind of out of the way. So, again, chaotic as fuck, but hey, it works. Yeah. Cord to the back, and then under the tent, that way I don't kick it by accident, or else you're gonna have a bad day. And your power goes out, and it's kind of a pain in the buttski. WC says I'm literally interacting with children. It's over for me. Oh my god. WC, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Don't. I don't know, dude. All right. Plugged in. Chair over here. And I forgot one Krieger. Oh no. I'll put it on the wood real quick. That's fine. Get my drink right here. A little Coke Zero. And I would not recommend doing this when you're drunk or under the influence because you're probably going to screw this up. So, I mean, if you can drink while painting and doing all that, I mean, more power to you, but I feel like you'll mess it up if you do. All right. So let me go ahead and attach this last Krieger. there. Make sure he's on there really good. Yeah, he's on there pretty good. All right, cool. Cool. Go. And then Sterling Steak is saying, well, I heard something like that. Magnus is even cool. Magnus is like, I'm not 40. No, he's not 40. He's like, don't, you guys. I don't even know what to tell you. All right. My respirator on, so I bought this. Strongly recommended because if you're inhaling this stuff, it's not good for you. Sterling Steak, you got a good memory. Yeah, he was born in, what was it, 88 or 89? Magnus? He's not 40, but Magnus is no 6'7", bro. Magnus is 67 years old. Like 36 or 37. He might be, yeah. Alright. Plug in my airbrush. That's working. Okay. Always good to test your stuff before you start running it. Let me get my Iwata here. Go ahead and just hook it up. Come on, girl. Come on. There you go. So I have the quick detach, so I can just take it on, take it off. It's a lot better rather than trying to like screw it on there. So, right. It's a little janky though. I don't really like this quick detach. I might look for a better one. This one kind of, the seal kind of sucks. So, all right. And then priming, I can do it in gray or like a black. Personally, I prime in black. I could do a Z prime as well, like a Zenadil prime. If you're not aware of that, you can look it up, but this has been beneficial for me so far. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and remove the cap off of this because I like to have the cap open. I could have it, like if you're a newbie and you've never done this before, yeah, I'd probably keep the cap on it. But like for me, I'm not a newbie, so I'm going to take it off there, but I want to be able to see what's inside. I only put a little bit in here. You don't have to fill it all the way to the top with primer. Just like a little bit. You'd be surprised how much you can do. Sterling Steak Self says, you're old if you're like in your 30s. I'm in my 30s. Wait a second. I would consider myself old because I consider you young. How does that sound? Is that fair? I would have no clue if not told. That's so funny. Sterling Steak 12. It's hard to say, right, man? I know. I get it. It's okay, man. I don't take it personally. See, that's maturity. Maturity is not taking it personally. Don't take it too seriously. If you get pissed off by everything, or like that's gonna happen, right? But it's your ability to regulate your emotions and to realize like context. So something that I wish I was taught when I was younger is like read the room. That means if you're in a different place, you probably shouldn't say certain things, right? So like I talked about like swearing. I think it was with you, and you talked about swearing and how you wouldn't swear in front of your parents. Like, yeah, it's probably a bad idea. If you swear in front of your friends, it's totally different. Just make sure those don't bleed over, or else you're gonna have problems. So, all right, let me go ahead and set the pressure here. So I usually have it like 15 to 20 psi on my little air compressor. Any air compressor will do. Any modern one is pretty good. It'll work. Like, it'll do its job. You don't want it too high or else it'll splatter. So okay, I think we're ready. Alright, so I just shook up the Vallejo. As y'all saw, I'm going to go ahead and get my respirator on, so safety first. Got a good seal. You should be able to hear me still. Do I have any safety glasses? I don't think so. Usually I wear safety glasses too, but I think I'll be fine. So, and then WC says, unfortunately, I have to go. Okay, brother. Hey, thank you very much for stopping by. All right, WC, thank you, brother. We will talk later. I want to try to get ideas from you, and we can work on what we can do for a collab. So, but we'll talk about that later, you know what I'm saying? So, it'd be really good to, like, do that. So, all right. Cool, cool, cool. All right, take care. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, roger that on the Discord. Yeah, you remember this. Yeah. This thing is definitely worth it. For me, I don't have the best lungs, so if I inhale certain things, I'll like cough up. It's just bad. So Magnus might have left. Yeah, he might have. He might be still on. Oh, he's here. Okay, cool, cool. So we got our 2 troopers with us. Hell yeah. Oh, Mayday, Mayday, we have an issue. That's not good. Shit. Alright, well, one of these Krieger are not ready, so I don't know what happened to Ellie. That's not like her. Oh, you guys. Yeah, I don't know. That's not like her to just leave, so... Yeah, she just dematerialized. She went back into the warp. I don't know. I don't know. Alright. Moving that to the side. So I realized while I was priming, one of my Krieg, his freaking arm has like a big gash in it. So I got to fill it up with some putty, or I got to do some sprue gluing, and kind of like that method to fill gaps. I just noticed it now. So I don't remember when that happened, but somehow there's like a big gap in his arm. So yeah, that's going to be a problem. I'm going to have to fix that up. So I'm not going to spray paint him anymore. I already did, but I don't want to touch him because he's still wet.
And it usually takes about like 15 minutes for that shit to dry up, so. Oh, wow. I'm getting some jamming, so I'm going to have to go ahead and clean off the bristle tip there. Let's see what I'm missing you guys talking about. Let's see. Oh, he's talking about video games and stuff? That's fine, that's fine. Okay. I'm going to get my airbrush cleaner and a toothbrush. That's what I use to clean off the tip, because that thing gets all fucky, and we don't like fucky, so. Yeah, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It's like a military term, like, oh, just got all fucky wucky. So let me turn off this. Come on, girl. There we go. I wish I had an off button closer, so. I'm just gonna, carefully, I'm gonna unscrew this. Just the tip. No, it's not that bad. Well, I'm gonna clean it anyway, so whatever. Airbrush cleaner. That's what you need. You could use like an alcohol too, like a rubbing alcohol. That would probably work too. But generally, you want to keep it to spec. Down. Put this to the side. Let that sit. And then this is like the little pattern thingy, and it's just kind of cleaning that off real quick. Should be fine, but I don't know. It's being dumb. Not everything works like it's supposed to. Oh, heck yeah, dude. Warhammer? Yeah, he is kind of getting into it. Have you heard of Titans? Oh, man. Titans are so fucking cool. It's like... I don't even know how you. It's like giant fucking robots, but like, just it. Yeah, knights are really cool. I got some stuff that I'll upload on the Discord of some like pictures of like people who I didn't do it, right? But like we could post in there of like other people's work. So if you want inspiration or you want to see what other people have done in the world, like they get the credit, right? So if you're going to post something of someone else's work, you know, if you can, just make sure you put whose name it is if we want to look the artist up. So like I'm going to post stuff in the channel and who I believe is the artist of that creation. So ooh, the perfect song to run into battle is In the End by Black Veil Brides. Ooh, never heard of that one. Turn this back on. Yep. Put the cleaner to the side. There we go, that's better. Might need some thinner in here because it's giving me some issues again. It's fucking. I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit.
Doesn't smell too bad in here. Yeah. Yeah, custodies are fucking interesting too. Yeah. No, that's really good sirloin steak. You got it, dude. Yup. The guards that went to the Emperor to see Horus. Yeah, I mean they protect the Emperor. So they protect the entire Imperial Palace. So there's like, I wanna say, how many of them are there, Magnus? I think what, 1,200 of them or something like that. There's not as many as they used to be. And it's getting harder to create them. Yeah, they guard the throne. They do. They also do. They were allowed to also go on the offensive a little bit. So not as much. Not as much. Like during the scouring, yeah, they were. I mean, they were trying to just beat back the fucking demons. But they're also like, um, you know, they're a little bit better of like, I got no idea how many there are. Yeah, there's not that many. Yeah, check it out. Like in the 41st millennium or 42nd, technically we're in the 42nd, but you could just do 40th, you know, because 40K encapsulates everything 40,000 and up. Can someone explain to me why they don't just kill the Emperor? Oh, dude. Oh my God. You want to go down a rabbit hole? There are theories that the Golden Throne isn't to keep him alive, but it's to keep him dead. Because it stops him from being reborn as the Emperor of Mankind, which would mean that he would basically get off the throne because his physical body is there, but his physical body is dead. But it's a husk, and the Golden Throne is there to keep him dead because if he gets removed from the throne, he'll come back to life as an embodied person, and then he would have to jump back on the throne. But like when he gets reborn, does he come back as the same emperor, or does he come back as a child? You know what I'm saying? Like, does he get reincarnated to his full size, or does he get reincarnated? Because he's something called an eternal, which means they live forever. He's the greatest of the Eternals. He's also the strongest psyker that's ever been ever. He's also probably the strongest entity in all of 40K. The only thing that could probably combat him is probably the fucking hive mind. That's it. Nothing else compares. Even the Chaos Gods, all of them combined, are still not as strong as he is. They're close, but they're still not as strong. Him in his prime, that is. So, it's pretty crazy.
No, he's just going to stay there. He fell off the wood. How many people we got in here? Whoa, here we go. So, yeah, there's not too many people in here. Yeah. Gotta talk about the lore of the Golden Throne. So Sterling Steak wants to know why they don't just kill him on the throne. So there's this thing in the warp. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a lighthouse. You're thinking of the Astronomicon. It's called the Astronomicon. It is correct. It's like a lighthouse. That's right. By sitting on the throne, the light stays on the warp travel is possible and keeps the warp more docile. Correct. It's also like a beacon, and they can navigate it because it's a constant in the warp. If you take that light away, everything is impossible to navigate. It's like navigating the water without the stars. Okay? So like back in the olden times, they had the sun that would rise and fall. They had the stars too, but if you go into the warp, it's like fucking spaghetti everywhere. Everything's changing, everything's constant. But what they do is they look for the light and they say, well, there's Terra. That never changes. If you can see that light, that beacon, the Astronomicon, then you can navigate to it, and then you'll be able to find other things because the light comes out and it helps you navigate. It's fucking confusing. But it does help to keep the warp more docile. If you get farther away from the light, the worse the warp becomes. Okay? Sowing Stake 12, it's 10,000 souls sacrificed every day. It's 1,000, yeah. It is about 1,000. Some say it's higher, but 1,000 is like minimum. So it has been exactly 10,000 years since Big E has been put on the throne. That's a lot of dead. Yes, it is. A lot of souls. But the Imperium has trillions, dude. Trillions of humans. And billions of psychers that can just be, like, they're low level. They're not high level, but they have some psychic abilities. Psyker abilities, right? Whether they're controlled or not. And they usually just, either they just kill them outright. They might use them to be in the army. You know, an Astra Militarum if they're a sanctioned psyker, or the Space Marines might be able to use them, or they're just, you know, either they're killed, they're kept, or they're fed into the Golden Throne and sacrificed daily. And the ones that do that is the Custodes and the Sisters of Silence. And the Sisters of Silence are the ones who pick them up in something called a black ship. So all the psychers are rounded up on a planet, put into that black ship, and that black ship is sent to Terra. Once it gets to Terra, they deboard it, and it's like a fucking... It's just crazy. Yeah, it's just it's insane. Yeah, there's a lot of babies. Sirloin Steak 12 says, do we tell Ellie about the DC server? She said she doesn't even have Discord, so don't even bother. I don't know. I think she's just on YouTube, so... Alright. But I'm gonna clean this out. I'm gonna let these dry for the night, but I'm done, so... I'm done. I'm tired. Had a long day today. Magnus said, yo, Sirloin, what's your favorite Space Marine chapter? He might not know yet. Magnus says, what unit should I paint out of the Kriegers? Well, it depends. Do you want them to be... Like, what type of Krieg are they going to be? Are they assault? Are they... like subterranean? Like what type of are they going through the jungle? Are they going through like more of a winter style warfare? I mean, they get sent all over the world, right? So yeah, it's okay, throwing steak. Don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it, dude. He's asking me, not you. So I've been reading the lore and like chomping on the lore more recently, a lot heavier, probably within the last 5 years. But I've been loving the lore for 14 years, 12 plus years. So out of the Grenadiers, infantry, and shit. Oh, I'm sorry. What unit? You mean? Oh yeah, I understand. So I'm doing infantry right now. So if you want to join me and do infantry. And I'm going to do engineers next. So there's not many engineers in the box. Yeah, man. Yeah. So these are all just your standard infantry.
There's one I got to redo. I noticed it while I was priming it, and I'm a little pissed off. And then these guys, I'm going to let them dry. I'm going to flip them, and I'm going to spray the underside of them, so... Sirloin Steak says, it's so weird to hear my 23-year-old brother saying 6'7". Oh my god. Me and my wife, we're in our 30s. We joke about it, so. Still gotta prime my dudes. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, once you prime them, then we can paint them together. And then we'll just show progress pics and stuff along the way. My guys are gonna be like desert, so I'm gonna like figure out how I'm gonna do that. I do have an airbrush along with airbrush paint. I'm gonna try that and see how that does as a base coat. So that's kind of my plan for that. I don't have a really small tipped one, like a tiny needle one. It's kind of a general, but I'll see if I can swap it out to a smaller needle. That way I could do a little bit more precision work with it. So I don't just coat them in fucking dust and tan, you know what I mean? Yeah, post them if you want, man. I'll be probably slowly posting mine. Like I won't be doing it every like 3 seconds, but like maybe once every day or so. I will be going on vacation, so we're leaving to Arizona. And I'm not taking this with me. I can't. I wish. But I'll probably take my codex with me. Just so I can like build my army off of it and just improve things. So, but I wish I could bring everything with me, but I fucking can't. So, and I'll be making shorts. So like I'll do short videos and stuff like that, but unfortunately I won't be able to do a whole lot while I'm away because I can't bring everything with me. There's no way. There's no fucking way. So, and then Sterling 612 says, and Trav, remember to make a section in the server for just yapping because I don't want to be yapping where. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just do like, yeah, I can do that. No problem. I'll do like a general or something, or what should I call it? Like, just like general chat or whatever, shooting the shit. So, yeah, so it's not like, because I want to have each channel be its own, like each text channel. Okay, general. All right, roger that. Yeah, I agree. I think that's fine. So just like general conversation or whatever. I know it's like kind of annoying to be like switching back and forth on stuff, but yeah, I'm trying to keep it like, you know, go charge your phone, dude. I'm about to call it for the night anyway. So lounge, I could call it a lounge. I like that. Hell yeah, I like that. I was gonna have one for lore, so we'll see. But I'm trying to build up the Discord server, and these recommendations I will take and I will implement them because I want it to be a good Discord. So yeah, I think having a general one or like call it the lounge, like that's a good idea too. Just like a hangout, shoot the shit, talk about whatever. You know what I mean? So you want to talk about fucking Fortnite? You can talk about Fortnite. So cool. All right, everybody. I'm going to be calling it for a night, 143 minutes. Thank you for sticking through. Magnus, you're awesome. Sterling Steak, yep, you have a good night, okay? Get some rest. I know you probably got school tomorrow, so awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for being on this live with me again. Domo arigato. Really appreciate it. I don't know when I'll post live again. Maybe Friday night? Tomorrow night we have a dinner. Oh, no, yeah. Well, tomorrow night we have a dinner, and then Friday night we have a dinner. But if I'm back at a decent time, and then we leave Monday, so Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to be pretty busy. But if anything, I'll have my Discord. I'm going to download the app on my phone, and I can contact you guys on there. So, awesome. All right, everybody. You take care. Awesome. Hey, Merry Christmas. If I don't tell you later, Merry Christmas. Absolutely. So, all right, everybody. Take care. Yep. All right. Again, this is Travis with Chaotic Crafting. Thanks for sticking it out with me. Please like and subscribe if you like these types of content and videos. I'll be doing more of them. So awesome. All right. Bye, everybody.